Hey YouTube, Electric Adventures here with the next video in my A to Z of my MSX collection, where I'm going through the 26 letters of the alphabet and picking a game out of that's in my physical MSX collection that is either my favourite or the most nostalgic. There are some letters where there's going to be a bit of a challenge, but with G we actually have three very good choices. And I will say off the bat, Gradius on the MSX was actually called Nemesis, so that may be under N. Maybe not, might choose something else, you never know. Don't want to give any spoilers. But we do have three very strong contenders. Now one is a tape-based game, and it is Gauntlet. Sorry about reflection. And on the MSX, although it has been converted from the Spectrum, it is much better than the Spectrum version. So this almost made it over the line, because this is a game from back in the day. This is actually a game that I have owned for the MSX, and I didn't own very many. And it plays very well, but another game has pipped it to the post. So I might actually do a gameplay of that at another stage, because I actually really enjoy that version, and it is quite different to some of the other versions. Now another game that is actually from back in the day, although I don't remember this particular packaging. Now my package is not in perfect condition, but Green Beret. There was a lot of hype around this title when it was coming out, and it was a very big disappointment, because we'd seen the other Konami games that had come out for the MSX, and they were very impressive. But this is a Konami game that was actually licensed out to somebody else to program, and it pretty much is a Spectrum port with very little improved to take advantage of the MSX machine. I mean, the gameplay area only takes up a very small chunk down the bottom, and even though it only takes a small chunk down the bottom, it doesn't smooth scroll. They have done a bit with the sprites, but it just doesn't play well. But that can actually be said of most home versions of Green Beret. None of them really played that well. They're actually not very fun because they're too hard, and they just don't capture the game. I'll put a little bit of snippet of gameplay there, but I haven't played this for ages because I haven't really wanted to, because you just die all the time, and in my sample gameplay you'll see me die all the time. So the game that just pipped out Gauntlet, so I would have said Green Beret would have been third out of these three, and it's not a game that I had back in the day, although I would have loved to have had it back in the day. And it's another game by Namcot, so before Namco, before they changed their name by removing the T, and it is Galaga. I only have a loose copy, and I don't have a top label either. And this is a really, really good version, and I believe the homebrew Galaga that has come out for the ColecoVision recently is based on this version. It plays very close to the arcade. It's got all of the little sequences in between, the level counting, the challenge stages, and the music. Obviously the screen is a little squashed compared to the arcade, because the arcade game was actually quite a tall game. But it plays really well at probably just under arcade speed, but at a decent speed, and makes it playable and fun. So hope you enjoy a quick bit of gameplay, because I didn't get very far, of Galaga. Right, so here we go with Galaga from Namcot. That's what Namco were called before they made a slight name change. And they did very faithful arcade conversions of games for the MSX. And it's got the opening sequence. And the opening formation, so you're obviously a little squeeze for space. The original arcade game was a vertical orientation, so they put the score over one side. And it's using a bit of colour. capture. I used a bit of colour in the capture bit there. So it's, you know, it's a very faithful version of the arcade game. Oh God, that's not the way to go about doing that. You can tell I haven't played this one for a little while. Used to play Galaga in the arcades a fair bit. Although saying that, when I went to the arcades, you know, there would be several Galaga machines and they'd usually all be occupied, so I'd go and play some of the other games. Well, be careful of not getting caught in the corner. I want to do the capture because I've only got... So I severely doubt this is going to be a very high score now. Since we've already messed up the challenge stage. Yeah, missed way too many. You miss out on the 10,000 bonus. But as you can see, it really does capture all of the parts of the arcade. Let's see how far I can get after a poor start. Oops, oh, there we go. I mean, it's quite impressive in its use of colour and minimal sprite flickering. It's the only trouble with the restricted gameplay area. You don't have a lot of reaction time. But, saying that, it would be running a little slower in the arcade, I reckon. I haven't played the arcade for such a long time. Oops! Oh, I didn't even beat the inbuilt high score. So there we go with my game G, Galaga. And as you can see, it's a perfect representation of the arcade game. Did not have this one back in the day. None of the Namcot titles were exported. So this is only a recent one that I've run into on the MSX, and it's a lovely version. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.